If you're in a selling role, this question might be really relevant to you. Has your selling environment changed? And if the answer is yes, my next question is, what changes have you made in your selling methods in order to ensure a better success rate? Let's face it, in the second quarter of 2020, the world dramatically changed. Buyers, whether they be individuals or companies, started holding on to their money and holding on to their decision making. So if buying has changed, then inevitably selling has changed too. What changes have you made in your selling methods? Do you want to hear about a 7-part sales training webinar series that can help you close more business faster? This 7-part sales training webinar series brings us back to the basics, where we learn the fundamentals, or we're reminded of the fundamentals of selling. Even though our sales cycles can be very long and very intricate, what we basically want to do is match our solutions with our buyers' needs, challenges, and pain points. In this webinar series, you will learn a 5-step sales process that you can apply in any sales interaction to help you close more business faster. Let's see what some of the participants the last 2 months have had to say about this sales training webinar series.
Know that since the previous webinar, like the thing that I really took home about the from that webinar was translating from what your client is saying into this means this for you. And so I just wanted to let you know that I have been talking to like quite a massive organization in Saudi for a long time about something which we will be announcing soon. Sent him an email the night before saying, this is your sound bites to say for the meeting. And I just wrote like 4 or 5, the XYZ, this means this for your organization. This means this for your organization. And this means this for this person in your organization. And we basically got a positive result from them last night. So literally just from that one tip, like I've only done this webinar, like one webinar with you, you know, it really, that's something that we've been working on for like 6 months. So it just really helped to get it over the line. So, but I mean, I can't believe just from that one tip, how impactful that was. So like just having this system today, like what you're saying, it just resonates so much. I'm like, how have we never thought of these things before? Like what you're getting over to us in 1 hour, it's amazing.
So what are these webinars all about? Each week for 6 weeks, the webinar offers theory, but then more importantly, a practical sales tool that you are able to use in your next live or video sales meeting. Each webinar also contains a live individual coaching seat for a volunteer that is on the call. So let me give you a rundown of the 6 weeks. Week 1, sales messaging during sensitive times. This webinar goes over what is your first contact after someone's been sitting in your pipeline for a while, or you need to make some new contact during these difficult times. The sales tool here is Ideal Customer Profiles. Week 2, turn services into solutions. In this webinar, we talk about how to speak about your service or your product in a way that it can help solve your potential customers or your customers' most pressing needs. Week 3, 5 steps to win a commitment during a video sales call. This is the Game Changer webinar where we dive straight into sales process. Here we learn a 5-step sales process that you can use in any sales interaction with confidence and skill. And we also provide you with a sales tool that will help you prepare these 5 steps ahead of time before you walk into that meeting. Week 4, questions that eliminate the price objection. During these challenging times, the price objection is the one that we hear the most. What kind of questions can you ask during a sales meeting in order to help you eliminate or overcome the price objection ahead of time? The sales tool here is a question bank template that you can use in your next sales meeting. Week 5, the perfect close. Here we talk about closing, when to do it, how to do it, and what to say. The sales tool here is the closing formula. Week 6. Week 6 is the final week of this webinar series where we have a double header of objection handling. Part 1 is how to eliminate objections before they even show up during your sales process. And part 2 is reactive objection handling. When you hear objections about price or timing, how can you defend your solution? So how can you be part of this sales training webinar series in order to close more business faster? First of all, if you are leading a sales team and you see that your sales team is missing some tools, maybe a sales process, maybe some questions to ask during the discovery meeting, maybe they're selling price instead of value or don't know how to overcome some of these objections at a cost-effective price, especially during these challenging times. We take these webinars and actually workshop them with your sales team in order to produce the sales tools that your organization needs, aligned with your value proposition and aligned with your target audience. If you're a sales executive or an individual with a selling role, I'm also hosting every 2 months these webinars to the public so you can take the information and create the sales tools for yourself. These webinars are at a massively discounted price for individuals. So if you're interested in either one of these options, please be in touch with me so we can have a discussion and figure out what is best for you. Meanwhile, stay strong, stay safe, and happy selling.